Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be hearing a hypnosis session all about increasing self-worth and self-respect to feel worthy of a loving and desirable relationship. And I was working with a client that had found themselves thinking about a relationship of the past that they objectively knew wasn't a great relationship. To use their language, they felt that they were given the breadcrumbs and the scraps and that they weren't treated to the level that they wanted to be treated, and yet they were still thinking about that relationship. But what can happen is that if you don't feel that you are worthy of a desirable relationship, a good quality relationship, then you might end up taking something as a compromise. And rarely does compromise work. If you compromise on a relationship, then all that can happen is that you can be taken advantage of unconsciously. One of my belief systems is that you don't get what you deserve, you get what you tolerate. And what that means is that not that you have to be super demanding and a diva, but if you continue to stay in a situation, even if it's not a great situation, then you're condoning and giving permission that you're okay to be treated that way. When you have minimum standards, and sometimes a minimum standard is the willingness to walk away from something that is less than a certain level. And if you're willing to do that, then one of two things happen. Either people know that and then they treat you accordingly, or they don't know that and then you just take yourself out of certain situations because you're not willing to tolerate it. Either way, you don't compromise on minimum standards. So what you're going to hear in this hypnosis session is a hypnosis session that uses certain symbols that are very powerful in hypnosis. And one of the most powerful symbols is the mirror. And the mirror is a representation of self-reflection and self-worth. And that's why it's used in this hypnosis session. But the suggestions link to the overall premise that they are worthy of exactly what they want. And there's a second part to this hypnosis session which links into the philosophy called the law of the lid. And in the same way that a teacher can't teach a student to know more than they know themselves, because the knowledge is the lid, in a relationship, you can't expect to be loved by someone else more than you love yourself. You can't expect to be respected by someone else more than you respect yourself. But therefore, it gives an excellent roadmap as to what to do if you want to feel more worthy. And that is to treat yourself the way that you would want to be treated in a relationship. And I forget the name of the actress. It's the actress that played Hermione in Harry Potter. And she was mocked and ridiculed for saying that she was in a relationship with herself. But actually, the psychology behind that, I think, is really powerful. That if you treat yourself with the level of kindness and love and respect and generosity that you would want from someone else, it creates a roadmap, a blueprint of minimum standards. And all of this links to the emotions, like, you know, the feeling of worthiness, and it has this ripple effect that if you treat yourself in a certain way, you tend to resonate at that frequency and have more of that in your life. So there's quite a bit going on in this session, but the essence is that If you want to feel more worthy of a better relationship, a more loving relationship, then this might be a useful session for you. And if you feel like you might benefit from working with me directly, there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule a completely free consultation call to explore doing that. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in that calm, relaxing breath. And as you exhale, just release a feeling of tension or stress, allowing it to leave your body, so much so that on the next inward breath, you feel more relaxed around your neck and your shoulders, that you can breathe in a deeper, longer breath. And I want you to imagine that new breath is filled with a feeling of worthiness. I want you to imagine what color worthiness and self-respect would be for you. Maybe a bright yellow, a glowing purple, a vibrant orange. Whatever color comes to mind is exactly the color it should be. As you breathe in, imagine that vibrant color going in through your nose. And imagine there is a warmth and an energy to it. And as you breathe out, imagine a darker color, gray, shadows, feeling like it's leaving your body in your outward breath. And I want you to imagine that what's leaving your body is any feeling of low self-worth, any criticism you have for yourself, any guilt, any regrets, any evaluations that would be considered low self-worth. Just feel that leaving your body and then breathe in that vibrant, bright color of worthiness and self-respect. And imagine just by breathing in and breathing out, there is a transfusion of resources. Breathing in worthiness and breathing out low confidence and low self-esteem, enabling you to feel more deserving, worthy, and feel an increasing feeling that who you are is worthy. Breathe in and breathe out. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine you are in a palace. Just a palace in your imagination. And imagine that you are, perhaps when you were a child, you used to have dreams of being a fairy princess, and just imagine being that princess in a palace, in your own room, with a 4-poster bed. And then just imagine lying on that bed. Relax your eyelids. Release the tension in your neck and shoulders. Imagine your head being on a pillow made of expensive silk. Imagine a comfortable mattress, and just imagine breathing in that vibrant color of worthiness, exhaling any stress, anxiety, or low self-worth as you imagine your body sinking into that very comfortable palatial bed. I'm going to start counting down from 5 to 1, and I want you to imagine feeling so relaxed that you could imagine drifting off into a dreamlike sleep there on that bed, in that palace, in your imagination. 5. Eyelids getting heavier and heavier, releasing any tension in your jaw, around your mouth. Breathing in, breathing out, and then 4. Just feeling from your neck, shoulders, all the way down to your fingers. They're becoming more and more relaxed, releasing tension. 3. Imagine your internal organs, all the way from your heart, stomach, lungs, all the way down into your gut, is letting go, releasing whatever it's been holding on to. Feel a desire to yawn, because yawning is nature's way of releasing pent-up tension to make you feel more relaxed instantaneously. And the great thing about a yawn is even if you just imagine yawning, it does the same thing, releasing a combination of serotonin, oxytocin, those hormones that can make you feel more and more relaxed. 2, just imagine your legs on that bed feeling so limp, loose and heavy, feeling so relaxed on that bed. And then 1, just imagine drifting off into a deep, deep sleep there on that bed, in that palace within your imagination. And just imagine that within your own dream, you're in the same room, seeing that conscious version of you fast asleep on that palatial bed. And I want you to imagine in this room there is a walk-in wardrobe full of full-length mirrors. And I want you to imagine standing in front of a full-length mirror, and I want you to see you with sky-high confidence, full of self-worth. I want you to see you at your absolute best. I want you to imagine this is a reflection of you at your most deserving. This is you when you give yourself the best quality food, that your inner dialogue is kind to yourself, that you feel optimistic about the future. This is you deciding to raise your standards. This is you realizing that your past is not a reflection of your value, but a signpost to raise your standards and demand more from yourself, from the world, to feel that you are becoming more and more valuable. Imagine seeing yourself in the reflection wearing the kind of clothes that you would wear if you had infinite money. See yourself looking healthy, happy, full of a feeling of worthiness. And as you stare at yourself in that mirror, get a growing sense that you are valuable and you are deserving of more. Eyelids feeling heavier and heavier, feeling more and more relaxed. Imagine looking at yourself deep in your eyes and believing deep down that you are inherently worthy of a relationship filled with safety and security. That you build relationships on a solid foundation of honesty and integrity, not just what you do, but what is necessary for you to receive. That mutual respect is the cornerstone of your interactions, nurturing mutual efforts. You will hold on to the belief that you don't get what you deserve, you get what you tolerate. And by raising your standards, you are willing to tolerate less of what you've experienced before, because anything like that is just information that this is the wrong person for you. You are no willing to compromise on your value. You possess a strong sense of self-worth, deserving of genuine love. And you embrace your worthiness, not settling for less than you deserve. I want you to feel that you are open to love, and you maintain your happiness independently. That you can want a relationship, but not need a relationship. That the ultimate love is self-love. And as long as you are willing to love yourself unconditionally, then you can want a relationship without needing it. Able to walk away from anything less than you deserve. As you look at this version of you in the mirror, feel that you are willing to prioritize self-care, enhancing your worthiness for a fulfilling relationship. And I wonder what self-care means for you. Perhaps it's treating yourself well, doing nice things for yourself, taking yourself out to nice places. I want you to imagine that you are capable of being the ideal partner to yourself. And in doing so, you attract equally desirable relationships. As you breathe in that glowing feeling of worthiness, feel that you are creating a new boundary, that you allow only those who respect your boundaries and time into your life. Anything that doesn't meet your minimum standards doesn't mean you have to compromise or lower your standards. It means this is not the right person for you. Your relationship reflects your dedication to honesty, integrity, and mutual respect. And as you stare at yourself in that mirror, feel that you are becoming more of who you want to be, that you're breathing more confidently. Any inner dialogue is feeling kinder to yourself, more confident. You feel empowered to demand and receive the love you truly deserve. You're willing to walk away from anything less than your minimum standards. You recognize your value and no longer accept superficial affections or where words don't meet actions. You are no longer willing to tolerate the scraps or the breadcrumbs. Anything other than the main course is no longer the right relationship for you. Your self-love is the magnet that attracts loving, respectful partnerships. Feel that you can enjoy your own company. You cherish your solitude. knowing that it's better than being in a toxic relationship. The more that you are the ideal partner for yourself, the more you increase the probability of a relationship like that. Because your relationship is a mirror of your self-respect and high standards. As your self-respect grows and your standards raise, you are giving clues to all those around you as to what you would need to experience in any future relationship. By not needing a relationship, but being open to it, any desperation disappears. As your confidence in your worthiness of love grows stronger every day. And maybe a chance encounter turns into meeting someone new. And maybe meeting someone new turns into the possibility of a relationship. You can be open to a relationship without needing a relationship. But when you are in a relationship, feel that you navigate relationships with wisdom, ensuring they align with your values. That you'll be willing to communicate if things aren't meeting your expectations or standards, but also having a deep interest and desire in the needs of any future partner. Feel as you breathe in that glowing worthiness, that you can feel it inside you as you exude a sense of worth that is irresistible to genuine, loving partners. That your unwavering self-respect sets the standard for how you are treated in relationships. That you are willing to be the ideal partner to yourself, and in doing so, your worthiness increases and you have the confidence to walk away from anything less than that. Look at yourself in the mirror, filled with worthiness, self-respect, and high standards, and then step into that version of you in the mirror and feel that that is now you. That you are willing to treat yourself like that person. And I wonder what subtle changes you need to make in your life to be congruent with this new identity. You are not your past. You are not your childhood. You are not your previous relationships. You are worthy. You are deserving. And you are valuable. And as you acknowledge that to be true, feel that you're willing to treat yourself differently from this point forwards. In the same way that you won't expect and accept the breadcrumbs and scraps from anyone else. Feel that you are no longer willing to accept the breadcrumbs and scraps from yourself to yourself. You are holding yourself to a higher standard. Breathe in and breathe out and feel that inner dialogue is becoming kinder, more nurturing, more supportive. And then leave that walk-in wardrobe feeling that you are connected to that worthy, valuable version of yourself, and see yourself there on a 4-poster bed in a deep, deep sleep as it's time to reconnect with your conscious mind. Feel that you are stepping into that version of you as the conscious and the unconscious integrate. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect fully with the present moment. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling a willingness to give yourself everything you would want in a relationship and more, that you are worthy, you are deserving, you are raising your standards and willing to have clear boundaries so people know how to treat you well. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.